comedy fans and velociraptors for some reason. My name's Pete, and I was really dragging at work today. Guys, huh?
Guys.
Yeah. But I'll tell you a little about myself. The world will soon celebrate Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day, and I have cerebral palsy, so I'm very aware of it. It's a brain disorder that affects the muscles. It mostly affects my lower extremities. Hi-oh. No wonder I walk with a limp. But on the plus side, having cerebral palsy means that I never get offended when someone says, "Hey, what are you getting all bent out of shape for?" I'm like, "Oh, no reason. I was just born that way." You ever get reminders from the universe of where you're at in life? Like, I was in the frozen pizza aisle recently. I picked out one, and it said right on the box, I'm not making this up, "I'm single." And I just looked at it and I went, "Me too, pizza. Me too." But I am single. That's about the reaction that deserves. But a lot of factors went into my last breakup, but one of them was my OCD. Because she was like, "Oh, when we finally do have sex, you're gonna be amazing. We're gonna do it like 7 times. And I was like, "Oh, that's an odd number." I love you to death, but can we just bump it up to 8? We did. It wasn't spectacular. I turned 34 this year. No. And I'll tell you why. Because 24-year-old me would go in to like get a massage from like a hot chick, and he'd be like, "Was it as good for you as it was for me?" But 34-year-old me goes to get a massage from a hot chick, and I say stuff like, "Can you make it so that I won't have a copay next time?" But ebbs and flows, you gotta go with it. And especially in COVID, like, everybody's trying to think up ways to capitalize on this isolation and these times we find ourselves in. So much so that I thought Mystical, the rapper, was going to come out with a new song called "Wear Your Mask, but Watch Your Hell. Wear your mask. Show me how you distance it." But the rapper Juvenile came out with a new version of his hit single called "Vax That Ass Up," so I think the universe heard it. Thank you. These are, I'm a graduate of a community college, so I guess you could say I reached for the sky's limit. And our mascot was the Reavers. I went to Iowa Western, and I don't know too much about the Reavers. They were like a pirate that drank and partied and raped and pillaged their way across the countryside. And I was like, well, we're in college, so that makes a lot of sense. And the college is in Council Bluffs, so that makes even more sense. And again, I didn't know too much about our mascot, but we sure went through a lot of PBR. That's a stupid one. And, you know, like, again, with the pandemic, you spend a lot of time with people you didn't really spend a lot of time with. Like, people are really getting into their pets, and I noticed that people have this language for their pets. You probably heard them say, like, "Oh, him's a good boy, so he gets scritches when he gets him's treats because he's an evil being." And I guarantee you, if animals ever get the ability to talk, their first words on this planet will be, "That's what the fuck you think we sound like?" And again, with the pandemic, you start to question your job situation. Like, I worked at Walmart for a month, and one of my coworkers is like, they found out I was a comedian, and he was like, "Let's see some of your comedy, huh?" And I was like, "Well, you know, we're just kind of doing virtual shows right now." And the guy said, "Yeah, I don't do that shit." Did I ever mention I don't engage with people? And I realized recently that there was this thing that everybody's doing, that everybody tried to get me to do, and especially now you're by yourself a lot, you're like, "Oh, this thing that we're doing, it feels really good when you do it, and it feels even better when you do it by yourself. It feels so good, you should do it." So one night, I'm at home, I'm bored, so I decide to do it by myself, with no help. About an hour later, I'm laying on my kitchen floor, half naked, covered in sweat, and I realize I did this thing that everybody's done. I did it by myself. It felt even better because I did it by myself with no help, and I feel fulfilled. And at that moment, I realized my taxes turned out fantastic. Anybody ever work in a call center, customer service? Woo! I worked in a call center for 12 years and still managed to maintain my sanity. And I found out really quick that you've worked in a call center for way too long when a girl hugs you and the first thing out of your mouth is, "Thank you for holding me." I thought I was out of the woods until I had a girl in bed with me, and that's not the joke. But we're laying there, we're making out, things are starting to progress, it's getting hot and heavy, it's about to go down. And all of a sudden I panicked and went, "Before we continue, I must advise you that for quality purposes, this sex may be monitored or recorded." Take it no shit, give it no fucks. I'm Sakaris, thanks very much. Sakaris.